Today's class. In today's video, I'm going to discuss lesson number 5 of Science 2 English Medium Maharashtra Board, class 10th. Okay, fifth lesson, that is towards green energy. Towards green energy. What things we are going to study in this lesson? Particularly, we are going to study use of various energy sources, generation of electrical energy, and process of generation of electricity and environment. Okay, these things we are going to study. So in first part, what we are going to study, let's start. Energy and use of energy. See here, energy and use of energy. We know energy, the tendency to do work. Okay, isn't it? It is energy. Now energy is we need, isn't it, in day to day functions or in day to day routine. We need energy. Many forms of energy we need mechanical energy, we need electrical energy, we need sound energy. Many forms of energy we are needed, isn't it? So energy is the most important factor of our life, most important factor of our life. So how do this energy can get, how this energy get, isn't it? How this energy we can go consume, how? So we know ki energy not be created nor be destroyed, cannot be created and cannot be destroyed, but it can be transformed from one form to another form. So we are transforming energy from one form to another form and utilizing the energy which is transformed. Okay, if we want electrical energy, we transform, suppose, sorry, we transform kinetic energy to electrical energy. Okay, and by this transformation we use electrical energy. Okay, we not need kinetic energy, we not need this kinetic energy, but we transform this kinetic energy into electric energy, and we need electric energy, so we used that, so we used that. Okay, then so different sources of energy are used to different forms of energy necessary for us. In previous standard, we have learnt about energy, sources of energy, and various concepts related to them. Here we will learn about various sources that are now used for the generation of electrical energy, the methods that are used for this, the scientific principles that are used there, the advantages and disadvantages of these methods, and also what is meant by green energy. Okay, let's start our part. Generation of electrical energy. See here, most of electric power plants are based on principle of electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction we are studying in fourth lesson of science 1 10th class. There only, electromagnetic induction. Okay, there we are going to study electromagnetic induction. Okay, now electromagnetic inductions we can prepare, or we can say the field around the conductor can be changed in two ways, isn't it? Two ways. What are these two ways? Let me tell you what are these ways. See what are the ways. Suppose this is C is conductor, okay, and M is magnet, C is conductor. When we will skip key, C is stationary, and M, that is magnet, is not stationary. That time also a field around the conductor can be changed. Also, second way is that key, when conductor is not stationary and magnet is stationary, These are the two ways: when conductor is stationary and magnet is not stationary, and when magnet is stationary and conductor is not stationary. Okay, these are the two ways to change the field around the conductor. These are the two ways to change the field around the conductor. Okay, let's study the next part. Okay, then see, generator is used to generate the electric energy, isn't it? See, they have told here key. Thus, in both these cases, a potential difference is created across the conductor. The electrical power generating machine based on this principle is called as electric generator. Okay, electric generator is also based on this principle. Okay, which electromagnetic induction? Who discovered this? Michael Faraday. Okay, then see here, such large generators are used in commercial power generation plants. Turbine is used to rotate the magnet in the generator. A turbine has blades. When a flow of liquid or gas are directed on the blade of the turbine, it rotates, becomes of the kinetic energy of the flow. This turbine is connected to the electric generator. Thus, the magnet in the electric generator starts rotating and electric energy is produced. See here in figure they have they have shown a steam turbine. See, this is the turbine. This is the turbine and these are the blades. You can see over here. These are the blades. Now these blades are pushed by a liquid or gas. Here steam is used. Here steam is used, isn't it? So steam is pushing this blade. While steam is pushing this blade, it is also forcing the turbine to rotate. Suppose turbine is rotating in this direction. Okay, this steam is forcing the turbine to rotate, and as turbine is rotating, we know turbine is joined to generator. As turbine is rotating, generator works, electromagnetic induction works over there, and generator works, and then electricity is gained by us, which we need. Electricity is gained by us, which we need. Okay, here instead of steam we can use gas, isn't it? Instead of gas we can use normal temperature water, isn't it? Okay, this is the thing. This is the turbine. This is the turbine. Turbine is used to rotate by steam. Steam is rotating the turbine. Turbine is joined to generator, and generator generates the electricity. So here also transformation of energy we can see. When the turbine was not in an influence of steam, that was turbine was in potential energy, isn't it? Turbine was having potential energy. When turbine came into influence of steam, that energy converted into kinetic energy. And when kinetic energy produced, that time generator generated the electricity, so kinetic energy transformed into electrical energy. So you can see how the transformation was made here. Okay, from potential energy to kinetic, and from kinetic to electrical. And we not need potential energy, we not need kinetic energy, but we need this electrical energy. We got it by transforming potential to kinetic and kinetic to electrical. Okay, then this method of electric energy generation can be represented as below. Thus, to generate electricity based on the principle of electromagnetic induction, we need a generator. To rotate the generator, we need a turbine, and to drive the turbine, we need an energy source. Based on which type of energy source is used to rotate the turbine. There are different types of power generating stations. The design of the turbine used in different types of power station is also different. Okay, the design of turbine means here turbine is circular, you can say, but in many other station it may be in trapezium shape. Okay, in trapezium shape it can be, or in square shape it can be. Okay, that shapes or design can be changed. Okay. Okay, then here they have told ki how some flow chart they have shown. See, proper energy source to run turbine. Now energy source, which energy source is used here? See, sorry, which energy source is used here to run turbine? In this case, if you study, then here energy source of steam is used here. So proper energy source should be used here. And from this turbine is rotated, isn't it? From this turbine is rotated, turbine is attached to generator generates the electrical energy. Okay, now I told you ki in this case potential energy was converted to kinetic and kinetic was converted to electrical. But before potential energy, which energy is used? Yeah, before potential energy also some energy was used. Which was that? See, this is the steam. This is not a normal water. But this is the steam. So steam we can convert by boiling the water, isn't it? For boiling the water we need heat. So heat can be generated by many other, you can say by many other mediums heat can be generated. Okay, so firstly heat energy was there. This heat energy does not, we can say heat energy also participated in converting to produce a electrical energy. Okay, when heat energy only not there, that time steam cannot be produced, isn't it? And when steam cannot be produced, the turbine cannot be rotated. In this case, in many other cases, instead of using steam we can use a water, but in this case, in steam turbine case, steam is needed, and due to for converting water to steam we need heat over there. So heat is the most important factor. Okay, this was the simple thing here, generation of electrical energy. This was the first part, very simple part was it. Now in further part we are going to study, see these things we are going to study. Let me read. Thermal energy based on electric power station. Then we are going to study energy transformation in thermal power plant. Okay, problems, which are the problems in energy transformation of thermal power plant, then power plant based on nuclear energy, and all these things. Okay, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe this video. Also write your comment in the comment box. Thank you. Part, that is thermal energy based on electric power station. Now see, in this turbine is rotated using steam. See, the thing which is used to rotate this turbine in this case is steam. Okay, water is heated in a boiler. Where is heated water? Water is heated in a boiler using the thermal energy released due to burning of coal. Steam of very high temperature and pressure is generated. The energy in the steam drives the turbine. Thus the generator connected to the turbine rotates and electrical energy is produced. The steam is converted back into water and the water recirculated to the boiler. This is shown in figure 5.5. Okay, so here flow chart is given. You can see fuel coal means by using coal the water is heated. Okay, by using coal, you can say by using coal water is heated. When water is heated, boiler, it is heated in boiler for conservation of water to steam, conversion of water to steam. Then by this the steam water rotates the steam turbine. Steam turbine is joined to generator and generator generates this electricity. Generator generates the electricity. Okay, so this is the thing. And again here one system is there, that is system for converting steam back to water. System that converting steam back to water. Okay, system that converting steam back to water. Okay, so this is the thing. See figure they have given in 5.5, you can see the more information about it. Since thermal energy is used here to generate electrical energy, such power plants are called thermal power plants. See, where thermal energy is used to produce electricity, then such power plants are called as thermal power plants. Then such power plants are called as thermal power plants. Okay, see, in thermal power plants, the chemical energy is the coal is converted into electrical energy through several steps which are shown in figure 5.6 here. Conversion of chemical energy to electrical energy. See, this is the conversion. Okay, here the energy is not created, here the energy is not destroyed, but it is converted from one phase to second phase. It is converted from one phase to second phase. Okay, see there they have given some schematic diagram there, you can see this is the boiler. If you see here, sorry, this is the boiler. In this boiler, coal, in this boiler coal is used. What is used? Coal is used, and water is heated over here. Okay, and water is heated over here, isn't it? Now the excess gas which is formed during boiling of water, this is released by this stack, isn't it? Okay, this water goes in this way, pump is there, and then it moves in such way. Here is the turbine, this turbine, this steam, the created steam goes to this turbine, and the turbine starts to rotate, I say, in this direction. Okay, turbine starts to rotate, I say, in this direction. And turbine is attached to generator, we know very well. Turbine is attached to generator, so here is generator, okay. And then afterwards, if you see the used water, here generator generates the electricity, we know very well. Generator generates the electricity. Okay, now the used water goes from the condenser. Here the water becomes condensed, warm water is that. Okay, that condensed water goes in cooling tower, where that water is cooled. Okay, the steam is cooled here, and that cooled water is again used or again recycled in the same process. Again this water is transported from cooling tower to boiler, and again this process going on. So here reusing of water is there. Okay, reusing of water. Okay, so this was simple thing. After consumption of fuel is in the boiler, the emitted gases are released to the atmosphere through very high tower. Once the turbine is rotated using a steam at a high temperature and high pressure, steam temperature and the pressure decreases. The steam is converted back to water by taking out heat from it. This is done in the condenser using water in the cooling tower. The water in cooling tower is circulated through the condenser. Heat energy in the steam is given to the water and the steam condenses back to water. Okay, the heat absorbed by the water is then released at atmosphere through vapor and heated air through cooling tower. Although thermal power generation is major way of electricity generation today, it suffers from certain problems. Yes, it suffers some problems also. Yeah, so what are the three problems, most important three problems you can see here? First, air pollution due to burning of coal. See, air pollution of burning of coal. See, when coal is burning, that time CO2 is released, plus many harmful toxic gases. See, they have given sulfur oxide, okay, nitrogen oxide, this is released. Okay, and which are very harmful. So here air pollution is happening, Air pollution is the most important problem. Is most important problem over here. Most important problem over there. Then what is the second thing? If you look here, if you look, what is the second thing? Along with the emission of gases due to burning of coal, soot particles are also released into the environment. Soot particles. Now, what is soot? Soot is a very, very fine black particles which are released in the air. Okay, which are released in the air. Soot. If you've seen many times while driving a bicycle or two wheeler, many times the soot particles just, we can say, um, just we can say come in our eyes, and we have some pain in our eyes. Okay, soot particles are those. Okay, particles are also released in the environment. This may cause serious health problems related to respiratory tracts. Yes, respiratory tracts problems also can be occur due to this. Okay, the reserves of fuel, used in this method, that is coal, are therefore, sorry, are limited. Therefore in future there will be limitations on the availability of coal. In further 100 to 150 years, the coal will totally disappear, or totally limit, it will stop only, end only. Okay, and we know to produce coal how many years we need? Thousands, lakhs of years we need. That is not very quick process over there. That is very long lasting process, so it may need a time. Okay, so we cannot produce coal in 50 years or 100 years. No, it is not possible. So coal is limited. Coal is limited, we can say. Okay, then power plant based on nuclear energy. Similarly, here in this power plant we have seen key chemical energy converted to electrical energy. Okay, now the third point we are going to study now, power plant based on nuclear energy. Okay, thank you. Power plant based on nuclear energy means here nuclear energy is used to produce electric energy. Means in this power plant which energy is converted in which, that is nuclear energy is converted in electrical energy. Here also we can see the transformation of energy. Okay, let's start the part. In the power plant based on nuclear energy, also steam turbine is used to rotate. See, here steam turbine is used to rotate the generator. However, here the energy released by fission of nuclei of atoms like uranium or plutonium is used to generate the steam of high temperature and high pressure. See, we to convert, to convert water to steam, we need heat, isn't it? We need heat. So for that purpose, to produce heat, two radioactive elements, or we can say two radioactive atoms are used here. Okay, that are uranium and plutonium. These are the two radioactive atoms. Their isotopes are given below. See, the energy in steam rotates the turbine. See, by this fission, due to these two atoms fission, the heat is generated, and heat is converting water to steam. Okay, now see what is the part next. Now as water to steam is converted, steam rotates, or steam force to rotate the turbine, isn't it? When turbine rotates, we know turbine is joined to generator, correct? And generator generates electricity. So our need is electricity is fulfilled here. So got it? First heat, then then steam, then turbine, then generator, and then electricity which we need. Okay, see the nuclear power plant. Here we can say flow chart is given. Nuclear reactor for nuclear fission. Nuclear reactor were used as uranium and plutonium. Okay, uranium and plutonium is used here as nuclear reactor. Then system for steam generation from water. Okay, then steam turbine is there, turbine is used over here. Then generator, steam is attached to generator. Then electrical energy is used, electrical energy is produced, sorry, and which we need, electrical energy we need here. Okay, now system for conversion of steam back into water means here is also system to convert steam back to water. Here fuel is given as uranium and plutonium. Okay, then see further part. Thus, here the nuclear energy is converted into thermal energy. Thermal energy is converted into kinetic energy of steam. Kinetic energy of steam is converted into kinetic energy of turbine. And finally, the kinetic energy of turbine is converted into electrical energy. The step-by-step transformation of energy is shown in figure 5.5. See, first is nuclear energy. Nuclear energy converted into thermal by this nuclear, uranium and plutonium. This nuclear is used. Okay, this thermal energy is converted into kinetic energy, and kinetic energy in steam. Okay, this steam kinetic energy is converted, sorry, in turbine, kinetic energy in turbine, and then electrical energy is generated, and electrical energy is our need. Okay, here the chain fulfills. So we can say conversion of energy from nuclear energy to electrical energy, this is the important. Okay, then see, when neutron is bombarded on an atom of uranium 235, it absorbs the neutron and converts into its isotope uranium 236. Uranium 236, being extremely unstable, converts it into atoms of barium and krypton through a process of fusion, releasing 3 neutrons and 200 MV energy. The 3 neutrons generated in the process cause fission of 3 other uranium 235 atoms, releasing more energy. Now this whole chart, okay, this passage is described in this chart. Okay, we will go through this chart. I will tell you what is this chart about. See, the neutrons released in the reaction release more energy through fission of more uranium nuclei. This process of fission of uranium 235 atoms continues, and it's called a chain reaction. See, this is nothing but chain reaction. Okay, this is nothing but chain reaction. Okay, in nuclear power plants, a controlled chain reaction results in release of thermal energy, which is used for electric energy generation. Okay, see, now I'll tell you what is a chart. Here neutron absorption, uranium atom, uranium 235, okay, this is here you can see uranium 235. Okay, this uranium 235, this absorbs this neutron, this uranium 235 absorbs neutron, and what happens, this uranium 235 converts into isotope uranium 236. This uranium 235 converts into isotope uranium 236. Okay, uranium 236 converts, which is highly unstable, this uranium 236, which is highly unstable, it converts into 2 atoms of krypton and boron, plus it releases 3 neutrons, got it, and this plus 200 megavolt energy is released. Okay, 200 MV means megavolt energy is released. This is chain reaction, got it, this is chain reaction. These 3 neutrons are again absorbed by 3 uranium 235 atoms. Again this uranium 235 atoms are converted into uranium 236 atoms, and again uranium 236 atoms converts into krypton, boron, and 200 MeV energy is released, plus 3 neutrons and again released. This is process chain reaction. Got it? What is chain reaction? In simple diagram or flow chart I will show you. Uranium, see, sorry, uranium 235. Okay, uranium 235 absorb this uranium 235. What it do? It absorb neutron. It absorb neutron. It absorb neutron. See, it absorb neutron, and this uranium 235 converts into uranium 236. Now this uranium 236 is highly unstable. It is not stable, so it is again converted into krypton atom, okay, plus boron atom, okay, and again 3 electrons are released over here. How many electrons? 3 electrons. Sorry, no electrons, sorry, I am very sorry. 3 neutrons are released, okay, 3 neutrons are released here, okay, and plus 200 megavolt energy is released. 200 megavolt energy is released. Got it? Wait, I'll change the pen, means which will be, see, uranium 235 absorbs neutron, okay, it converts into uranium 236, which is highly unstable. It converts into krypton, boron, and also it releases 3 neutrons, 1n, 2n, 3n, okay, 3 neutrons it releases, also releases 200 megawatt energy. 200 megawatt energy. Afterwards what happens? These again 3 atoms, no, sorry, again these 3 neutrons are absorbed by different uranium 235 atoms. Different uranium 235 atoms. See, this neutron is again absorbed by uranium 235. This one atom is again absorbed by different 235, and this uranium again absorbed by different uranium 235. Okay, and according to this, again this atom is converted into uranium 236. Again it releases 3 neutrons, boron, krypton, 200 MeV energy. This total chain is nothing but nuclear fission or chain reaction. Okay, the figure is not very you can say visible neatly, so if you have textbook you can see there very neatly they have shown there. It is not easily visible. Okay, now see, here only I'll tell you in first part. Here we end. Okay, let me start. See, schematic diagram of nuclear power plant. See, nuclear power plant, here is a control nuclear reactor, means here all this chain reaction is done in this nuclear reactor. Okay, all this chain reaction is done in this nuclear reactor. Plus, why these control pods are there? Why these control pods are used over here? There is one reason. See, control pods means to control or to stop formation of the heat energy. Okay, if this chain reaction will not stop, it will create create very large amount of heat. Okay, if we not stop this chain reaction, then it will create many large amount of heat. Okay, and it may be dangerous, isn't it? Now in one point it is necessary. See, chain reaction, in one phase of chain reaction it gives 200 megavolt energy, means we can say how many energy is released by it, how many phases are there of this. Okay, so to control this control pods are there. These control pods is working as an obstacle between this chain reaction, and as it is an obstacle, so chain reaction stops, heat production is stopped, water is stopped in conversion of water into steam is stopped, and full nuclear power plant is stopped. Okay, now see here, steam is converted, steam goes here, sorry, here is boiler, here steam is converted, it goes here. Okay, then you can see here is a turbine, rotates turbine, here is generator, and from here energy is released, and this again water is put it down, and again it is went into cooling tower, and water is cooled, and again it is used in this boiler, again it is used in this boiler. Okay, got it? This is nothing but nuclear chain, oh sorry, nuclear power plant. A nuclear power plant does not use fossil fuel like coal, therefore problems like air pollution do not rise. Also, it is sufficient nuclear fuel is available. This can be good source of electrical energy. However, there are few problems. Yes, there are also problems. See, the products after fission of nuclear fuel are also radioactive and emit harmful radiations. The products are called as nuclear waste. See, when your nuclear fission is over, the waste produced during this fission is released. Okay, and this is also radioactive, so it is harmful. Okay, and it is called as nuclear waste. How to dispose the nuclear waste safely is a big challenge in before the scientists. Okay, an accident in nuclear power plant can be very fatal, isn't it? See, uranium and plutonium are very radioactive substances, and you know radioactive substances means what. So if any accident occurs, then it is very fatal. This is because the accident may be result in release of very harmful radiations. Very harmful radiations are those. Okay, now we know a big example, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We can see there, wow, how radiations are still there of radioactive substances. Radiations are still there. Okay, in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. To stop the Second World War, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, where in that bomb blast was done, and by that radioactive we can say atoms were released, and due to which many problems occur. We know very well. Okay, thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe this video. Also press the bell icon, due to which you will get notification of my new video. Okay, thank you.